Hi everyone, this is Ms. DeLu, and this lesson is an introduction to giving and receiving feedback. While watching this video, you should also have your guided notes open to the Giving and Receiving Feedback Introduction lesson. You may recall from the introduction to the unit that our statement of inquiry is style and self-expression craft creativity. Two parts of the summative assessment are the grasp and the criteria. Remember that the grasp includes the product, which is your final product, which is to write a 5-vignette anthology that describes your reality by incorporating stylistic choices such as figurative language, imagery, and dialogue. There are two strands to the criteria for producing text for this unit. We've been focusing on the second strand the last lessons, but for this lesson, we'll be working on this. Produce text that demonstrate thought, imagination, and sensitivity while exploring new perspectives and ideas arising from personal engagement with the creative process. What ATL skill might we need for this? The ATL skill, remember, is a skill we want to master. To meet this criteria strand, students must be able to give and receive meaningful feedback. This skill is important for several reasons. First, you can learn from one another when you're giving and receiving feedback. Sharing knowledge and skills help us grow and develop faster. It unlocks change and innovation. It prevents us from becoming stuck and discouraged, and effective communication helps build relationships. How will you demonstrate this ATL skill? You will demonstrate how to effectively give and receive feedback by learning and practicing rules, correct words and phrases, and strategies. You will be using these skills while reading one another's writing. The definition for feedback means constructive, which means useful, and objective, which means no personal feelings, appraisal, which means a judgment, of performance given to improve skills. If you think you already know the definitions for constructive and objective and appraisal, you do not need to copy the words in red. Those are just to let you know what those words mean also, to help you understand the definition. There are 3 important rules for giving feedback. 1, be specific and avoid generalizations. 2, avoid judgment statements. No negative comments or words like bad. And 3 is to use the T.A.G or T.A.G strategy. The T.A.G is an acronym. So T stands for tell what you enjoyed. So when you're giving feedback to someone, you should start by telling them something that you liked about it. Here are some sentence starters to help you with that. I really enjoyed or liked when. I admired or liked how you. I was surprised when. I was inspired by. There's more than this, but these are to help you if you need some assistance. The A in the acronym stands for ask a question. So when you're giving feedback, it's great to ask questions. Questions might start with why did, what happened, how did, why didn't you, or who was. There can be more than this, but this can get you started with your questions. And the G in the T.A.G acronym means give a suggestion. When you give the suggestion, these are great sentence starters to help you. If you can start with I think, or I wonder, or you could add instead of, maybe you could try, have you considered, or it might be clearer if you. These are very polite ways to give a suggestion. Now we're going to try to put this T.A.G strategy into action. Here's an example of using T.A.G for giving feedback. Here's the scenario. The class has been assigned to write descriptively and creatively about a personal experience using figurative language, imagery, and/or dialogue. You need to give your partner, Jessica, feedback on her paragraph. So here's Jessica's paragraph. I'm going to read it, and you're going to be thinking in your head, what kind of feedback might you give Jessica using the TAG strategy? One day that was great was when my sister and I rode our bikes to the park. We had fun. We saw some friends and talked and joked with them. Later, we stopped at In and Out for dinner. So if you were going to give Jessica feedback, you could use the T.A.G TAG strategy like this. First, tell Jessica something you enjoyed. So you could say, I really liked how you included several events that made the day great. Then you can ask a question. What exactly did you have for dinner? And then you can give a suggestion. When you're giving a suggestion, remember that the scenario says must include where or how to use figurative language, imagery, and/or dialogue. So you need to find somewhere in that paragraph that Jessica wrote about how she can improve with figurative language, imagery, or dialogue. So you might suggest maybe you could add imagery to describe what you ate for dinner. Because all Jessica said was that they ate at In and Out, but she didn't say exactly what she ate. And it's really easy to add imagery to food. Now it's your turn to practice using TAG for giving feedback. Here's your scenario. The class has been assigned to write descriptively and creatively about a personal experience using figurative language, imagery, and/or dialogue. You need to give your partner Mario feedback on his paragraph. Here's Mario's paragraph. My brother and I fight a lot. We fight over stupid things, and my parents get mad at me more because I'm older. Our worst fight was last year. He made me really, really angry. Now I want you to look at your question 6 in your guided notes. Use your notes for question number 5 to help you give feedback to Mario about his paragraph. Now that you have practiced giving feedback, it's time to look at how to effectively receive feedback. So here are the rules for receiving feedback. A, be open to it. Don't overreact or make it personal. B, self-reflect honestly and regularly. C, summarize and repeat back what you hear. D, ask questions about how you could improve. E, listen carefully for specific examples. F, avoid disagreeing or arguing about it. G, thank them for their feedback, even if you don't agree with it. It can definitely be stressful receiving feedback from someone. So following these rules can help keep you calmer and also professional and respectful. And it can really improve whatever you're getting feedback on if you're open to it. You're going to practice receiving feedback for number 7 on your guided notes. The summative assessment. As you are writing with creativity and style to describe your own personal experiences, you will also be giving and receiving feedback on that writing with your peers to raise the level of your ideas. More details to come. Good luck!